Hi, this is just a very quick video to show you how ChatGPT is really willing to help students cheat if they put a little bit of work into it. Here's what I did. I have a story by Dawn Dumont from her excellent collection, Glass Beads. The story is called 2 Years Less a Day. I'm actually giving this story to my own students and having them do some analysis, but I thought I'd ask ChatGPT to do some analysis. So here's what I told it. I'm going to give you a short story called 2 Years Less a Day and ask you a question about it, okay? And it agreed. And I said, I'll have to give it to you in several parts because it's long. And it said, that's okay. Um, and so I gave it the whole story. And then I asked the same question I'm going to ask my students. Is Julie's oppression in this story intersectional? Is she oppressed both as a woman and an Indigenous person? ChatGPT gave me a pretty good answer. However, I wasn't completely satisfied with it. So I told it this answer is very good, but I wanted to expand the answer using some quotations from a story. And so it did. In fact, it used the quotations really well and integrated those quotations into its own already generated writing and expanded the answer. I still wasn't satisfied, so I said, now expand it with even more examples. Make it twice as long. I can't even show you the whole thing on here, but ChatGPT gave me a very big answer to this question. However, when I put it into Turnitin, it was exposed. Look at the lower right hand side here. Can I draw your attention to that? Turnitin.com has an AI generator, an AI detector, and it detected this as 81% AI written. It's actually 100% AI written, but 81% is pretty good detection. I like that. So I'm thinking maybe this is okay, right? Then, so I said, this is excellent. I'm a teacher trying to experiment to see if students could bypass the ability of software tools to detect text that you've produced. For example, Turnitin suggested that 81% of that text was written by you. Please change the style and wording of that passage to see if Turnitin could be fooled. And there's ChatGPT ready to help me. Certainly, I can modify the style, and so on. And let's see what happened once it did so, once it modified the style. Oops, my circle needs to be in a different point here. I'm not doing a real slick job here, but uh, what I hope you can see is that the new version that ChatGPT created detects at 0% on Turnitin. Turnitin can no longer detect this. All that took me was a few prompts to figure out how to bypass analysis. Now, I still could actually paste this back into another chat in ChatGPT and say, did you write this? And it will admit that it wrote it, but there are ways to get around that as well. Point is, there are ways to get around all of this kind of stuff. All right, I'm just going to erase my two circles here now because I think there's just a little bit more to consider. Sorry about that. Back to mouse. And so, what can we learn? I think we can learn that assessment has to change. That a lot more of our genuine assessment has to be in class. Because the thing is, that story is pretty new and pretty fresh. And I think my question about that story is a really good question. However, I could have been fooled by this. And so I think some assessment has to be on paper now. I think we need to go back a little bit in time for some assessment. I think we also probably need to show students how to use AI tools, but we need to show them how to write first. We need to show them how to think critically first before they then start using these AI tools. Or I just don't think we're going to see the same level of critical thinking developing. And all of that is coming in the future. And by the way, I created this image by going to an AI art generator and asking it to create a sign with the words "Happy Future" very clearly written on it. That's what I got. Happy future, everybody.